Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be sharing a complete tutorial on an idea of a scalping strategy for gold that can be applied on the 5 minutes time frame. And this strategy uses a combination of technical analysis and order flow, so essentially the commitment of traders, so what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving their orders to scalp gold here on the 5 minutes time frame. So this is definitely a tutorial that you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Let's proceed as usual by steps. So first of all, let's speak about the directional aspect of this strategy. Now, when it comes to the direction, that is where the order flow comes into play, because when you're looking at the commitment of traders, you're essentially looking at how the biggest players in the market are moving their positioning. So if you're looking to scalp gold, especially on such a low time frame, such as the 5 minutes time frame, you definitely want to be looking to trade only in the direction of where institutions are moving their orders. So if they are longing gold, you want to be scalping gold only in the long direction. So you will be only looking for buy orders. At the same time, if institutions are moving to the bearish side for gold, so they are shorting gold, you will be only looking to scalp gold to the short side. So you will be only looking to sell gold on the 5 minutes time frame. And that is because by doing so, you are increasing your probabilities of success with the strategy by following what the smart money in the market is doing. So what the big players in the market are doing. Now, when it comes to the report, how do we identify in which direction we are looking to trade? How do we know in which direction we are having the higher probabilities of being scalping gold from a 5 minute perspective profitably? Well, the easiest way is to look at the net positions. Now, net positions is simply longs minus shorts. Now, if the net positioning is increasing for gold, essentially that means that the difference between longs and shorts from an institutional perspective on gold is increasing to the bullish side. So longs are getting more than shorts essentially. And at the same time, if net positions are getting decreased, well, that is the same concept, right? The positioning is shifting to the bearish side because shorts are getting increased compared to longs. So the difference between longs and shorts is essentially moving back to the short side. Now, let's take an example, okay? Because now it is clear what we have from a directional perspective. We're only looking with this 5 minutes gold scalping strategy to scalp in the direction in which institutions are adding orders, because that is the direction in which you have the higher probabilities of having profitable scalp trades. Now, let's say, for example, net positions are getting decreased. So you see that slowly the net positions are getting decreased. We went from 207.7K to 207.6K, then 188K, then 179K, then 169K, then 147K. So let's say you have a situation in which clearly net positions are getting decreased. Let's take this area here as an example, okay? You're in this situation and you see that net positions are getting decreased. Well, if you see this, what will you be doing? Well, you will be only looking for scalping in the bearish side for this market. So you will only be looking for sell orders when it comes to this scalping strategy. At the same time, if you see the net positions are getting increased, as we see right now from 131K to 140K, you will be only looking to scalping in the bullish side because institutions are moving back to the bullish side for gold. Now that we have cleared out the directional aspect of this 5 minutes scalping strategy for gold, let's move to the technical side, and then we will be putting together these two so that I can give you the idea of this potential scalping strategy. First of all, let's identify what kind of instruments we will be applying on this chart to identify where we have high probabilities of getting reversals. Because remember, when you're looking to scalp, you're just looking for short movements in the price, just few pips to capitalize on those movements. Therefore, we have to identify areas inside of which on a recurring and consistent basis, we're getting the market to react to those levels. Now, there are many such levels in the market. One of the most important ones is the area in between the 10 and 20 EMAs. So let's go on indicators and let's essentially take here a moving average exponential. We will be taking two of them, okay? Now, let's set them to be the 10 and 20 EMA, right? So here we will be putting 10 EMA and we want this to be blue is fine, doesn't really matter. The 20 EMA, we want it to be, let's say, red, okay? It doesn't really matter the colors. Actually, let's do a thing. Let's invert the colors because that is more intuitive. Why? Because, well, the red line is kind of the signal line in this case, as I will now show you. So it makes more sense. It's just more intuitive, but it really doesn't matter. So what we can see here is that now we have essentially an area, right? We have this area here, which is the zone in between the 10 and 20 EMA. So we can see how the market, in fact, sorry, now I went a bit out, but you get the idea. This is the area inside of which inside of the 10 and 20 EMAs. And we can see how the market tends to respect this area, right? It tends to create reactions to the zone and respect it either as support or resistance. What we can see, in fact, is how multiple times here the market tested this area and immediately rejected it to the downside from a 5 minutes standpoint. At the same time, when the market is above this area, so is testing it as support, it tends to react to the area, right? And create rejections to the upside. Now, how do we know if, when it comes to the 10 and 20 EMAs, the market is in a bearish market or it is in a bullish market? Well, if the market has the 10 EMA below the 20, then essentially you are in a bearish market. If you have the 10 EMA above the 20, then essentially you're in a bullish market when it comes to these two EMAs, right? So when it comes to the technical side of this market, if the 10 EMA is below the 20, so the red line in this case is below the blue line, then you would be only looking for short scalping trades when the market goes and retests these EMAs. At the same time, if the market is above the area, so if the market is above the area in between the 10 and 20 EMAs, in that case, you would be only looking for buy orders, so buy scalps, when the market goes and retests the area in between these 10 and 20 EMAs. But we have to put together these two different concepts when it comes to a potential scalping strategy. So let's now try putting together the directional aspect with the technical aspect. So let's go to the directional aspect. Let's take the same example that we were taking before. So let's imagine we are in this situation here in which net positions are getting decreased, right? Going from 207.7K to 147.7K net positions. Let's say we are here. Clearly, net positions are getting decreased and institutions are moving back to the bearish side for gold. Then you move to the technical side of the market. You open your 5 minutes time frame, you apply the 10 and 20 EMA, and that is where I want to put together these two different concepts for a potential scalping strategy idea. If the 10 and 20 EMAs are cut for short, so the 10 EMA is below the 20, and institutions are moving to the bearish side, then there is good probability that since institutions are shorting gold and the market is testing an area that usually it respects as resistance when it is below it and when the market is bearish, at that point it could be a good idea and it could be a good strategy idea to incorporate something that looks to scalp gold when the market goes and tests this area. So essentially looking just to capitalize, even potentially just on few pips, few moves to the downside, just these minor rejections to the downside, right? Just minor rejections to the downside below this zone. This could definitely be a potential strategy idea, right? Putting together this technical concept, so knowing from a technical perspective, if the market is bullish or bearish, depending on how the EMAs are cut, and knowing that most of the times the market will respect that zone in between the 10 and 20 EMAs, and then putting together the directional aspect. So you're only looking to scalp in the direction in which institutions are adding their orders. That definitely increases the probabilities of your scalp trades. Now, when it comes to developing a strategy, as usual, you can never skip the steps because this is just an idea of a strategy, right? You always have to remember that you have to have a clear set of rules and you always have to backtest, then demo trade until you're consistent with that set of rules that you have backtested already and found consistent for you. And only at that point, you can start thinking about applying that strategy live. But this is just a strategy idea, right? At that point, what you have to do is develop a full strategy around this. For example, you will have to define your risk management. You will have to define what kind of risk to reward you're looking to target. Are you looking to target a 1-2, a 1-1, a 1-0.5 in this case if you're scalping? Are you looking to hold the trade for longer? That could definitely be a possibility, right? Maybe you have some scalping trades that sometimes if you have a very high probability setup and you think that the market will follow through, you're holding it a bit longer. In other cases, you're looking to just hold it for shorter periods of time. Those are all things that need to be incorporated when you're looking to develop a full strategy. But this is definitely a very interesting strategy idea, 5 minutes gold scalping trading strategy idea that definitely could be interesting to be explored more and to be developed on top of. Now, another important thing that let's just reverse the same scenario and think about a potential bullish situation. Well, if you have net positions getting increased, well, in that case, gold and institutions are moving back to the bullish side for gold. Well, in that case, it would be the same scenario. Once the 10 EMA is above the 20 and the market goes and tests that area, that is where you're looking to scalp on these short-term movements to the upside and rejections away from that support area, right? Also, just few pips like in this case here. So this is definitely a quite interesting idea. Now, by the way, also make sure to follow my free Telegram channel, which you find on the screen and also in description, so you never miss new updates. And I hope you enjoyed this idea on a potential 5 minutes gold scalping strategy that can be further explored. Now, if you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find linked both in description and on the main page of my YouTube channel. Here, you have the possibility to gain access to the most complete all-inclusive mentorship program that I have created for you. As soon as you open the website, you will see this video breaking down everything included in the mentorship program. And in the program, you have the possibility to gain access to all my courses and also to the software, so the COT data software, which is exactly the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software with Telegram signals integration, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring directly with me, so you will have my personal contact. And if you continue to scroll down on the website, you will see that directly from the website, you will have the possibility to register and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the registration process. So at least I suggest that you go and check it out right now. The link is both in description and in the main page of my YouTube channel, and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Also, let me know in the comments below any pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos. And I will see you in my next breakdown.